why you need to add some physical silver to your portfolio. Let's just get straight into it. Roll the intro. Well, there are a couple big reasons you would want to invest in physical silver. Number one, silver is a hard asset, meaning silver is one of the top tier assets in the world as of right now, and it is an asset that you can physically own. There are not a lot of assets in 2025 that you can physically own. You don't physically own stocks, you don't physically own cryptocurrency. This is why silver has a huge advantage. You actually can hold it and own it yourself. This is one of the biggest reasons why you should stack silver. Silver is a hedge against inflation, meaning silver goes up in value over time. While your US dollar or Canadian dollar or whatever paper currency it may be is decreasing in value, silver is always climbing. The reason that silver climbs is because there is a finite amount of silver in the universe. The world has a specific amount of silver, and you can't just make more of it. The US dollar, or any paper currency, governments can print as much money as they need, but silver has a certain amount. Also, silver is used in industries. While the US dollar is just used to pay people and make transactions, silver is used in industries such as electronics, solar panels, cars, vehicles, weapons, ammunition, all this different stuff. So silver is actually used. Silver has an industrial demand where people need silver to live their life. We need silver to make electronics, to make solar power. This is very important because it drives up the price of silver. Once silver runs out, silver will go up in value even more. Also, silver goes up based on demand, like every other asset in the world. The more people who want silver, the higher the price will go. Silver and gold have been money for thousands of years. Like some of the first ever currencies that the United States used, currencies that were backed by silver and gold. And when you had a dollar, it would be worth a certain amount of silver in some bank around the world. So this made it so that your dollars actually had real value behind them. Nowadays, your dollars do not have that value anymore. This is another huge advantage. As the economy gets worse, silver actually goes up in value. As the dollar gets weaker, meaning the US dollar becomes worth less money because of inflation, silver and gold go up. When the US dollar is strong, silver and gold go down. Here's the thing though, the US dollar is not strong that often. So most of the time, silver and gold are climbing. Most of the time, they're going up in price. There are so many advantages to stacking precious metals such as silver and gold, but one of my favorite is that silver is harder to spend than your US dollar. If I wanted to spend a 1 ounce silver coin, I would have to go to a coin shop, sell that piece of silver, and I would get my money out that way. But if I want to spend US dollars, I could click a button and my money is just gone. I've spent it. Silver makes it much more difficult to spend your money, which can be a huge advantage if you are bad at saving. When I buy a piece of silver, I am not spending my money. I am converting my money into something else that is worth money. I am converting my wealth into a different type of wealth. So when you're buying silver, don't think of it as, oh, I just spent $50 on 1 ounce of silver. Think of it as, I just saved $50 into my bank account. You can use silver and gold as a savings account, kind of like a bank account. I'm going to put aside X amount of money every single month into silver and gold. And eventually, that collection of silver and gold will be worth a lot of money because you've been putting aside, let's just say, $50 a month. In a year, that account or your precious metals stack is now worth $600. That is going to be amazing for you, and you will have your own more stable savings account. Precious metals are shareable. What I mean by this is when you die and you have to pass on your wealth, you can write in your will that your kids or your family can split up your silver stack, and they get an actual physical award to split up. These silver coins have a lot of value, and you can give them to people as a gift to show them what holding real wealth is like. You can give someone a 1 ounce silver coin for Christmas and tell them this coin is worth $50, and it can even go up in price. Sometimes you can spark people's economic part of their brain by just explaining and showing them how silver works. So this is a huge advantage because there is a huge lack of education in this world today. A lot of people don't learn about this stuff until they are 20 years old, 30 years old, maybe even 40 years old, which isn't the best in my opinion. I feel like everyone should have a fair chance in learning about economics and money. So I really think that being able to share silver and gold is a really, really cool aspect of it. Let's talk about the side of bartering. In an SHTF situation where everything goes haywire in the economy and we're living on the streets or whatever it may be, silver and gold can be a bartering option where you trade your silver and gold for other needs and resources. You could trade a 1 ounce silver coin for a loaf of bread. I don't know exactly what the rate would be in this situation, but silver is an asset in the world that is needed enough that if something really bad happened, people would still need it. So you could trade it for other needed things. If this happens, you want to be as prepared as you can. Maybe you're trading silver for food. Maybe you're trading silver for guns. I don't know what it is, but it is a very high possibility that in the future, we may need to use our silver to barter and trade with other people. And you can't do that with stocks. Stocks are just a number on a screen. Cryptocurrency is a number on a screen. So what happens if the power grid dies? Cryptocurrency is worth nothing because your phone doesn't work. Nothing really works. You can't trade stocks if you don't have a stock exchange. And the stock exchange is fully online, which means if power goes out worldwide or something, stock market, that's gone. Cryptocurrency, that's gone. But silver and gold, you can still trade with other people. So it is an advantage that is kind of less thought about, but it is important to know, and your silver could be that vehicle for you if you need it to. In no means am I saying go all into silver and gold. I just think every single investor should have at least a little bit of silver or gold, or maybe both. I think you could put 5% into silver, you could put 10% into silver. It just depends where you are financially, but I believe in diversification. I love cryptocurrency and I love stocks, but I do believe that there is a place for precious metals in everybody's portfolio. Cryptocurrency cannot be all you do. Stocks cannot be all that you do. You need to have a net of different assets in case one doesn't work, because no asset is perfect. The stock market, it's amazing. You can make a ton of money, but it's not perfect. Cryptocurrency, not perfect. Silver and gold, definitely not perfect. So just make sure you diversify yourself so that you're more safe. Basically, stacking precious metals means acquiring as much as you possibly can, paying as little for that metal as you can, but then building up the biggest collection that is humanly possible. Collecting is buying more rare pieces that hold a higher premium and buying pieces that have history. That is collecting. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and share this video with all of your friends so that I can grow on YouTube and I can share these videos to more people. My goal as a 15-year-old investor is to destroy that lack of education and teach everybody how to invest and reach financial freedom. I'll see you guys all in the next video. This is where I disappear.